Welcome to the icebox.
Well, no, it's the goddamn deep freeze.
Welcome to the deep freeze. This is Kurt Angle. I was thinking it was that because that's the only Quentin Tarantino movie I have not seen.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I was
Y'all
like,
got it on disc
because
at the
that's
house?
why I was like, is it newer or older? Because
It
if
was
you
last
said,
year, yeah.
I was gonna say if it was the newer one, yeah, it was.
It sounds like I mean, I saw the previews. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, so basically it's just about
You've seen it.
Hollywood stars.
I don't remember watching it
We
though.
watched it at my house.
Yeah, I was either too high or too drunk or too both.
Dude, Bill Murray's the shit, man.
Bonk.
Well, you know who I miss?
Who?
George of the Jungle, Brenden Frasier.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that. That is prime physical specimen. We're looking at a picture of George of the Jungle, Brenden Frasier. And this guy was jacked as fuck. This guy was
the
so...
MMA fighter?
No,
Oh.
Brenden Frasier. The guy who's the mummy.
I liked him in Journey to the Center of the Earth.
That was good, too.
Yeah.
That was good, too.
Yo,
Are you serious, Luke? You don't know who Brenden Frasier is?
Bro. You know him. Look him up.
Oh, I know that,
This is-
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I can look up porn from my seat here.
Don't.
Well, this is a little PSA for you people out there that like smoking, whether it be the cigarettes, the cigars, or the weed. Make sure your smoking device is properly put out when done, because I lit my house on fire last month because I put a cigarette butt out in my ashtray on my deck around 9:30 p.m. It smoldered all the way until 1:30 a.m. and lighted the entire side of my house up to the peak of the roof.
Whoa.
Yeah, I woke up to screaming and fire. And so I run out the back door. My dad's there with the hose, and we put the sprinkler on the hose, and we start watering that bitch. We had the fire out before the fire department was there.
Good. But, like, Jesus, dude, you didn't talk about this, like, at all.
Yeah, 4 hours of smoldering. A cigarette butt in my ashtray. The whole ashtray ignites in a flame and just burns
That
a
kind
hole.
of scares me a little bit.
Burns a hole in my deck. Take the fucking warning. Don't be an idiot like I used to be. Be responsible.
Used to.
Yeah. Young and foolish, I'm always going to be.
That's so crazy. That's like a freak accident, too.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
was in
insane.
shock. And my mom was freaking out. My cats were freaking out, especially.
Oh, yeah. Well, of
Um,
course the cats are. They're like, what is this magic light that just appeared
Yeah.
that also burns?
Yeah.
It's
My
hot.
mom wakes up, thinks my brother's outside grilling or something. But no, the house is on fire.
Yeah, damn.
So the next day, I go out and buy myself a water and fireproof safe to put all my documents in, my cash, all my important shit. I have a 3 terabytes of memory that I back up my computer and cell phone with. So if I were to lose my cell phone and my computer, I literally just re-upload it to another device, and it's like nothing happened.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something that I chose to do because it's important. Because I use my computer a lot. Like, I'm not on my phone. Like, the phone is what really kills people. But being on a computer, working, doing shit isn't that bad in my opinion. But I'm on my phone or my computer just as much as people are on their phone.
Yeah.
But I'm typically editing a video, researching shit, playing games.
Just something productive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
despite the video games. But,
Dude, that's a wild story, man.
yeah.
That's a...
So,
Fucking
yeah, just be fucking
fire.
careful. Fire, dude. There's a hole in my kitchen.
Bro, that's funny. I was just at your house.
I should have showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done 3 podcasts since then.
Yeah, and I just now mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well, because, the first podcast I was just wanted to free ball it. The second one, free ball it. And then I decided, since the last one felt like it tanked, but it actually turned out good, throughout the week when I'm at work, every now and then I'll just get a thought of something that pisses me off or I want to talk about. I just wrote it down.
Cool.
So last night, I was buttering a piece of toast. And every time I butter toast, I don't wait till it cools down. I
Right.
always pick it up, and it fucking burns my hand. I try my fastest to butter the toast.
Yeah.
And I should learn by now not to do it when it's fucking blistering right out of the toaster.
Here's
but
what you do. I've got the perfect plan.
you butter
for
it before you put it in the toaster.
No. I mean, you could.
Do they not sell buttered bread?
That would be pretty good. But here's what I do. May not be the right method, but I toast it. I get it out. I get as much butter as I was going to put on there, and I just let it sit and melt. And then so I don't have to grab it like all out. I can just kind of like corner it and then spread the melted butter all over it.
Okay.
Now, I haven't eaten toast in years,
Yeah.
but when I do, that's what I do.
Yeah. I just burn the fuck out of my hand every time.
I mean,
I don't learn from it.
well, at least you got a hand still.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some people don't have hands, James.
One of my buddies, he has like half a hand.
He has half a hand.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I also have another buddy. He has well, I guess he does have both of his legs. One of them was just born short.
Yeah.
So he had to get a surgery.
Sucks.
I hope it's okay that I'm sharing this. I mean, he shares his story.
Well, did you say his name?
Yeah.
Oh.
I ain't take it out. Anyway, I know a guy. He's got both of his legs, but one of them was born short. So what they had to do is they removed his leg, switched it 180 degrees. So his foot is backwards and his heel is now his knee. And he slides a prosthetic onto his foot, and that's his knee.
Oh, so it's that much shorter.
Yeah.
Wait, so does he have a knee?
His heel. Yeah, his... no.
He doesn't have a knee.
It's just leg and foot.
So
I guess he did have a knee at some point, but...
So did they take his femur out?
I don't know everything. We should get him on the podcast.
Dude, I need to talk to this guy.
And he's a fitness guy. He's trying to conquer all odds and be fitness.
Dude.
CrossFit and everything.
Let's get him on here.
Yeah.
I just want to ask questions. That's all. Now,
I feel bad
is
about
throwing recyclable things in the trash littering? Because that's another thing I've always wondered. Like, does not recycling mean you're littering?
I think we're already at the point of no return.
We are.
So
We are. I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, if that's littering, then we're all going to fucking jail.
yeah.
Fuck.
Because I just don't have the means to recycle because I live in an apartment complex that just doesn't do it. So
Yeah. We
so
recycle what we can at my house, but
I do what I can. I try to reuse things, but roommate gets water bottles. So
yeah. You know, instead of using a Kleenex,
I try to use this
sock.
guy as much as possible instead of water bottles.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes instead of filling this up, I grab a water bottle from downstairs.
Yeah, those who know me, I have had the same tin water bottle since I was 11 years old. So that's 12, 13 years now.
Now, do I go as far as reusable straws? I don't use straws.
Yeah, who uses straws?
That's all. I mean, you have a straw attached to your cup. But that's a little bit different. It's built in.
But
you took it off.
Yeah,
You're drinking it like
it's
normal.
useless. I can get more water in my mouth this way.
Yeah. You don't have to suck as hard. You just.
Do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids?
I don't know about the kids, at least yet.
Or would you?
But
yeah.
I'll probably get married
Yeah.
at some point.
I think I will eventually.
I think a lot of the reason like people don't get married nowadays is not only just because of like we're becoming a little bit more selfish and a little bit more vain.
Yeah.
And
And
on
finding
social
pleasure
media,
in all the wrong places too.
but also we're poor. A great deal of us.
Yeah.
Like a great deal of us just aren't financial. Like we're so stressed by finances.
We don't have the time to
that
even
marriage doesn't
imagine.
even seem like a good idea.
No.
Like it's like.
No. I barely have time for half the shit I want to do to begin with.
And also because of like hearing about world news so much, we hear about all of these divorces and how things go wrong and how someone gets fucked out of money, typically the guy.
Yeah.
And so we don't feel the incentive for marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
It kind of seems like
Until you are in a really good place. And that's the thing. And I don't want to just know someone for a year or two and then delve into marriage. I want to be with them for a very long time, like 5 years before I pop the question.
10 years.
Because if you can spend 5 years together, you probably
do 5 more.
You're either a terrible communicator and you push everything down and it's going to explode.
Yeah.
Or you guys actually like each other.
Yeah.
5 years is good.
Yeah.
I think. Like a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything I've seen that's like below that gets really rocky.
Yeah. Or it's like they keep lying to themselves to make it work.
Yeah.
And then they get in that routine. It's like, well, now we have kids. Now we have to make it work. Dude.
Yeah. So
everyone just be fucking happy.
the main
And
thing
if you ain't happy, be honest about it.
I guess to answer the question, the main thing I look for in a relationship is communication. And
Stable.
healthy communication. Like
Foundation.
just being able to sit down and talk things out and express how you feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means coming to the crossroads of should we be together or not.
And if you shouldn't,
And
then
if
you
you
shouldn't.
feel like you shouldn't, then don't.
Quit putting yourself in situations that aren't good for you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But we also have a lot of infidelity too. Very I have 3 different I have a lot of experiences of being cheated on.
Oh yeah.
Not with my current girlfriend, but like in the past with past girlfriends.
Yeah, it seems like every one
I'm
of
trying to
them
think
just
of how
fucked you
many
over.
there are. I really can't think. I know at least 3. But that's a lot. There's a lot of people that happens to.
Yeah.
And
It's almost like a fucking meme now.
whereas I do respect the people who did it, and because I could have been cheated on by some people and I never knew, right? So I do respect them a little bit for being honest and being like, hey, I cheated on you.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't respect them.
No.
Fuck 'em.
No. I
get
don't
it.
respect them for what they did.
I see where you're
I
going.
respect them for
At least having
not
the balls.
keeping it from me
Yeah.
and letting me know so I
not
can
being
make
a
the
coward.
decision.
Yeah.
So I can make the decision of where this relationship goes.
Yeah.
Because of course, every time I'm gonna be like, okay, we're done.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
But that means they're not afraid of that, and I want that. I want that attitude of I'm not afraid
It's like, I don't need you. I want you.
of the consequences of having a conversation.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
I don't want the cheating, because I don't want you to have to feel like you.
Too many people are living like it's
Yeah.
still fucking high school.
When it comes to OnlyFans, I don't think most people understand what they're doing when they choose to go down this route. And if you do, then great, go down it. Sure, I guess it's a necessary thing, right? Is pornography in our little society. We like porn, right?
We're animals.
But that's
Sex
not.
sells.
There comes a point to where you masturbating on camera isn't actually that entertaining. Usually the most people who are watching your video are the creeps from high school who never got to see you how they wanted to and are just able to pay $5 to do so.
You're worth $5.
So at the end of the day, right, or however much you price yourself, it doesn't matter. But what you're doing
$5.
is you're complaining about the creeps, but you're also feeding the creeps.
Yeah.
And you're enabling, right? You're enabling them to have a platform to stand on.
Yeah.
And a place to defend themselves.
Yeah. Like you bitch about how guys are slobs and pervs, but then you go out and you're literally recording yourself masturbating on your iPhone.
And here's another thing, right? And no, this isn't a misogynistic mindset. This is just how guys think when it comes to their own partner. Most guys are they are monogamous. They are not polyamorous. So whenever a guy says, I don't want to date a chick who does OnlyFans, we're not being misogynistic. We're not saying that you're evil or you're corrupt or whatever. We're saying you show your vagina to everybody, and that is great, but I don't want to date a chick who does that.
Yeah.
And that is a perfectly fine outlook to have.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's you can
So
have
whenever-
a fucking opinion and
whenever
not
we
be a
say-
misogynist. Whatever. How do you say it?
Whenever it is said that
Misogynist.
whenever you do that, you devalue yourself. You're devaluing yourself probably to the people you don't even want to date anyways, because you're devaluing yourself to monogamous people, right?
Yeah.
Polyamorous people are probably going to want on that board, and that's where you're going to find love, more or less, in that community.
Yeah.
If you want a monogamous relationship, you're going to have to be really good at communication. And, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough life. It's going to be a tougher road for you when you choose to do something like OnlyFans. And that's not just to girls, that's for everybody. Anybody who does it. It's going to be a tough road because anybody who finds out that you do this, and especially if you have kids, your kids are going to get bullied.
Your coworkers find out.
Yeah, you're going to get, it's going to be rough. It's not going to be easy. And that's my opinion. I don't think it's a good or bad thing. I think personally, I don't look for that in a partner. No. But people are going to do it, and I respect that.
Sure.
That's all. But I just wanted to share my viewpoint so it's not misconstrued.
Yes.
I will make fun of it.
You're a slut. It was leg day today. I've been hitting the gym for about a month and a half now. Why I chose to live a healthier life.
Okay, go.
And, well, I started going to parties and I started drinking. I became an alcoholic. We all know that. We all know that story. Yeah. And I still drink occasionally. But I've been eating healthy for like the last 2 years of my life. And I wasn't working out at all, though. And I was just tired of fucking being tired all the time. I was tired of having no energy. It's not really a fucking interesting story. It's
No, it is. I was just looking for a thing I don't have.
Yeah.
But I was listening.
Stuff and things.
Yeah, keep going.
But, I mean, that's it. Why did I choose to live a healthier life? Well, I didn't know until I started living that healthier life. I'm waking up more energy. I'm feeling more alive, more alert all the time. Like, we just worked out, and I feel fucking $1 million right now. I could conquer the fucking world. I could go a little easy on the F-bombs from time to time, but...
Hey, don't worry about that, dude.
Fuck.
That's passion incarnate.
Listen, I'm like, is not a cuss word. It's a German word for meaning to strike. The word fuck is German, and it was developed in the 1700s, so fuck is not a swear word.
It's so what it is. I've figured it out, dude.
What?
I figured out what fuck is.
What?
It is passion. That is the definition. It is the passion in the moment of whatever moment it is that you're explaining.
Yeah.
Because it's a very versatile word.
Yeah.
You can use it like quite literally as sex. You can get f***ed, which is like life, just like smashing your head against the ground and rubbing it against the concrete. That's not sex. That's different.
Getting a mouthful of gravel, yeah.
You can, when you're scared, you personify fear by going fuck. And then, let's see, what else? There's all sorts of f***s, dude. And that's the thing, right?
No, zero f***.
When you're saying you don't give a f***, what you're really saying is,
I have no
I
passion
have
for this.
no passion for this.
To deal with this, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like I'm right here.
No,
I've not looked up the definition.
The actual definition is to strike or to hit passionately. I guess it could be, yeah, with passion. It's like it was a violent term, sure. That's where it could be tied into being a swear word, but
it can be violent.
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I have no passion to limit the words I say to the people I say to. Now, for some reason, I don't like to swear around women. Maybe it's just me being old school, old-fashioned.
There's no point in chasing someone that doesn't enjoy you. Now, you may be unenjoyable. And then that's something that you got to work on, right?
I'm a very unpleasant person, I have found. To people.
Some people, I guess. Maybe I've just known you so long.
Well, here's the thing. Like, some of my friends, they say, oh, James is so weird. He's so different. It's like, I don't want to be around the people that find me as weird. I want to be around the people that find my weirdness normal.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't necessarily want to be with more weird people, though. No. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm trying to find that middle ground of
Yeah.
because I've tried trying to find the abnormal people, and then I found really abnormal people. And they're
Where are we at on that spectrum?
I think we're all about the same level of
We're
abnormal.
on the spectrum, you know,
Maybe.
of
I've never been looked at by a psych. I have no clue. I don't know.
all I know is what people tell me, and they're just like, the way you think, you got a weird brain on you. I'm like, well, thanks Thanks, pal.
I feel like it depends on the day, but a lot of the time I'm in a fun mood. When I'm not in a fun mood, I'm probably not that enjoyable to be around. I do a lot of bitching when I'm in those moods.
Yeah. I hate being in a bad mood. It's awful.
But you were talking about getting, like, why you chose to live a healthier life. Right?
Yeah. I was just tired of being looked at as just another fucking person. I want to, and I don't know why living. We've gotten so out of touch with health and being healthy. This world, like, we've normalized eating junk food as a snack. We've normalized drinking alcoholism as normal for people our age and a little plus and minus. But
right,
like, for example, when back in high school, I would pull out a bag of broccoli for a snack, and people are like, "Why the fuck you eating broccoli for?" It's like, "Why the fuck you eating a bag of chips?"
Yeah.
Like, and so I feel almost weird talking about living a healthy life when it should be fucking normal.
It should be. No, it should be. It's living in comfortability. It's living comfortable, too comfortable all of the time. So it's not that, like, it's not that people don't care about themselves. Everybody cares about themselves at least a little bit. They may not know exactly how or why to care about themselves. But once people find it, they usually at least try to go in a route that betters them in some way, whether they're right or wrong. Because, like, if you're going, like, straight to a fad diet, probably approaching it a little wrong. I feel like everybody who is not eating well, which is most people, should probably seek out a nutritionist first before anything.
Or at least do your own diligence and research.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube, just look up an average healthy diet. Just for, like, you can have cheat days. I've had them. But here's the thing: I feel like shit after. And I've had this conversation with my boss. Like, I've had stomach issues my whole life. Sensitive stomach. I had a problem where my stomach would produce too much stomach acid, so I had to take a acid release pill that released the acid slower. My boss and I got in a conversation because sometimes I would be late to work because I had to shit, because I had the shits and all this. But he said the reason I don't feel great all the time is because I never put bad shit in my body. So when I do put it in my body, it reacts poorly. But that's the thing. If I keep eating the bad shit, I'm not going to feel great.
No.
Yesterday, I had microwave chicken patties and a bunch of microwave fucking food.
Yeah.
And this morning, the shits were spicy. I felt like shit. I had, like, gunk in my throat. And
so here's the difference. I kind
of went off there a little bit.
No. So, like, no, that's a good point you made. That's just how unhealthy people would feel all of the time. They just don't know that they feel that way.
And that's why people are always, I'm tired, I have depression, I have anxiety. Well, you don't eat right. You're not getting the right nutrients. You're staying inside all the fucking time. Like, I get it, anxiety and shit, it's real. But I think too many people are using that term poorly and not doing their part to fucking make themselves feel better.
Well, your body also wants normalcy. And whenever you, like, start eating a certain way and you start developing a habit and you divulge out of that normalcy,
something mental's going on there.
Your body's going to react to that.
Yeah.
And when you've created basically unhealthy habits as your sense of normalcy for your body, you don't know the inflammation that's going on because it feels normal. You don't know the fogginess or fatigue because it feels normal. You think your shit patterns are normal because that's what you've been doing for many, many years.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing, think about your poop. That's another thing people don't think about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're, like, shitting liquids every day, something's a problem.
Yeah.
If you're only pooping, like, once a week or once every 2 weeks, could be something going on.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always. Some people just don't poop often.
And some people are born with diseases.
But then there's people like me or you, which we probably poop a lot, right? You poop a lot?
3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah, same. Yep.
Like in the morning, it's
And
a
then-
double trouble because
Yeah.
I throw in a dip, and so it's like a laxative.
Oh yeah.
I get 2 shits out.
Yeah, same.
in
I'm
the
a
morning.
coffee guy, so it's
Yeah.
just that's what does it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I might poop twice later. It just depends. But anyways, we could talk about shit all we want, but really what we're
Stuff
trying to focus on
bangs.
is health. It's all aspects. And when you start eating healthier, that's when you notice that you did feel like shit, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you got to also instill that. So you can eat healthy for a long time, and then you can lose that rhythm and start going and just snowballing and
Yeah.
going right back to your old self.
It-
So it's always important to, like, when you do start to slip, focus on how you feel.
Yeah. And I've slipped up. It's just, weekends are hard.
Yeah.
During the week, my diet's on point. But for a long time there, the weekend would show up. I'd drink a lot Friday night, and then I'd wake up. I'd have, something just to kill the hangover. And the diet went to shit, and then I'd end up relapsing.
Yeah.
And I'd feel like shit, and I was like, the only way to get out of this shit is to quit doing the shit that makes me feel like that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It was the struggle with alcoholism.
Yeah.
I still struggle with it, but nowhere near. As I used to get off work, go straight to the liquor store, buy a 12, 30 pack, and damn near drink the whole thing a night. I'd still go to work the next day, and I'd work all day. It'd be great, but I was killing my body. I wasn't eating dinner. I was filling it with beer.
Yeah.
And the shits turned to soup, and it just depressed all the time.
Yeah.
I have no reason to be depressed. Really, nobody does.
No.
Well, some people do.
Some
But
people, but
I take it
that's
back.
usually something that they can change, and if not, it is actually just a condition.
Yeah.
My main problem with staying consistent is going to probably be anxiety for me. Like, there are some days I don't go to the public gym because I just don't want to be around people. I just don't want to be in a crowded room.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. Or you feel just embarrassed with what you, for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, like when I
Yeah.
relapse, sometimes I'm afraid to even contact my work and say, hey, this is what happened. I'm dealing with some shit. And
Yeah.
that's all he wants. He wants communication. If I let him know what's going on, it's fine. But I feel embarrassed, and then I
Sure.
hide
Yeah, 'cause
away.
it's-
I keep to myself. And
Because it's a vulnerability.
yeah.
And so this is another thing. Vulnerabilities, they're like little demons, right? Because they'll get the best of you every now and then. And it's your job as the person trying to stay healthy to push these things down
Yeah.
and to just say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a want every time I go to jiu-jitsu, every time I go lift weights, in the back of my head. Well, it's actually in the forefront, saying, nah, we can just sit this one out, Like, my knee suddenly. Like, literally, my anxiety's so bad that joints will start to hurt
Ugh.
right before I go.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, making up pain
Yeah.
so that I can tell myself it's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I should go get checked out for that. But
Maybe.
I think it helps make me stronger when I tell that voice to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Or change the feeling of anxiety to excitement.
Yeah.
Before,
Exactly.
like,
It's all
when I was
mindset.
Yeah, when I was playing in a band and playing live shows, I'd always be nervous beforehand, but I was told, like, turn that nervousness into excitement. You're excited. That's why you
Yes.
feel this way.
Exactly.
And it'll usually go a lot
wanna
smoother.
be here.
Yeah.
Because I can look forward to the gym all day, and then right before I'm going, it's that heart beating. Yeah.
You think it's the weed? Do you usually smoke a whole lot before the gym? Or?
No, I try not to. Because when I do smoke weed, it
Could be-
does get worse.
And caffeine, maybe.
Caffeine could be a little bit of it too. I do drink a lot of caffeine. It
Yeah.
keeps me going.
Yeah.
Um,
See, that's coming from a guy, 0 caffeine,
mhm.
usually. And, like, no supplements, nothing. It's just what I eat. It's almost like subconscious. I'm trying to be all natural, strictly, just to
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm like a test dummy. I'm an experiment. I want to see what I can do with my body, with just no science, even though science has proven a lot.
Well,
Which is-
it's not without science per se. You're
Okay.
using science, but like you're not using extra help. You're not using supplemental help.
yeah. I'm using the power of God,
Well, and your mind,
like Loki.
your mindset,
Yeah.
your mindset. Because
See, I want to be a man of God.
the point
Big,
of faith,
strong.
all faith really is. Like if you did remove like the next level out of the equation, because you can be an atheist and have faith.
Passion. Goes back
And
to
yeah, it's passion, right? So all faith is complete belief in yourself, complete confidence
Boom.
in what you can achieve.
Yeah.
And I think personally, it makes it easier when you have a deity to look to, because we're pretty fucking sad looking compared to God, right? Like
Yeah.
God, his whole point is he's all powerful, right?
Yeah.
So if you can have faith in him, then you can probably achieve a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because you're literally putting your limit at limitless.
Yeah. And despite whether
Yeah.
or not it's real or not,
Right.
the amount that I've been able to achieve because I have had this passion,
Mm-hmm.
it's astronomical.
Yeah.
And it could just be the confidence and the energy
Yeah.
vibrating through the fucking
Yeah, fuck it, man.
chemtrails or
it's
some
like-
shit. But
It's the power of believing in a higher power. Because if you believe that there is a higher power, then you'll achieve more power.
yeah, like
Yeah, you
similar
manifest
like
it. You manifest it.
yeah, similar like
Yeah.
to a diet of a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You eat big, you'll get big. Most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm still a month and a half into it, the journey here. So
Well, you're not wrong. It's just a vague statement.
yeah, there's a lot of variables there. Like you can't
Yeah.
just eat fucking chicken and rice every day and expect to get big.
Right,
No.
because then you'll just get big in a way you don't want to be big.
Like my brother thinks, oh, eat meat. But I was researching vegan bodybuilders.
Yeah.
They look better, in my opinion, than regular like meat-based diet bodybuilders.
There's not a lot of them, though.
No,
Not a lot of them.
but a few in particular, and I was like, it's just they look cleaner and healthier. And I'm not saying the vegan diet's the way to go, but if that's what you choose, you can achieve
Well,
the same results.
so here's what I'm going to say in return to that.
Smack it.
So bodybuilders in general are very, very focused, and they're very, very obsessed with attaining a certain specific goal,
Yeah.
right?
Passion.
When you add veganism,
Oh.
vegans are very, very obsessed with a very, very specific goal.
And they have to, especially
So
with
when
that
you
type of diet.
combine those two things, you have the potential of getting someone who's going to just do it better, because they probably were a vegan before they were a bodybuilder. So they were used to being very, very committed to a certain specific plan.
You can kind of compare that with me
Yeah.
and my faith, like wanting to work out to achieve that goal, but I had this other strong passion behind it to help me.
There's a lot of Christian athletes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of religious athletes. Most really good athletes are religious.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, most athletes
Yeah, that seems
who are really
kinda
good.
accurate, yeah.
Yeah, there's something to religion.
Yeah.
I'm not religious personally.
Yeah, see,
'Cause it's
this
tough
is
for
how
me.
this
Yeah.
is how you get along with someone that has opposite opinions. You just do it. You just
Yeah.
see how easy it is.
But it's like there is something to it. It's believing in a higher power.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Just something just otherworldly
Yeah.
compared to
exactly.
what is. I
Now-
wouldn't even know where to go with that. Yeah.
Where do you go with that? You go straight into training. That's where you go with that. Dude. Okay, so
Leg
yesterday,
day.
the reason I'm even
Leg
like this
day.
is fresh in my head is because yesterday I was at a. It was for my uncle. He just passed. It was the visitation. My cousin, she gave a speech. She's a preacher at this visitation, and there was this Bible verse she spouted that made like. This whole time I was not getting emotional, right? But she
Yeah.
spouted this specific Bible verse, and I'd heard it before, where it was like I will run and I will not tire. I don't know. You might know the verse. I don't know it.
Oh, run and not grow weary.
Yeah. It was like that verse. I don't know what it's called. But throughout this whole visitation, this was my favorite uncle, by the way. He passed. Luke. And
got the Bible verse pulled up.
So with this Bible verse, I felt this like rush of like euphoria like throughout my body. And all I wanted to do in that moment, I started crying actually, but like all I wanted to do was run and not grow weary.
Yeah.
And when I go running, I run where there's a lot of hills. So by the end of the run, dude, it's like mile 4, you're up and down hills. And the only thing that can get you through that is thinking of doing absolutely impossible shit. Yeah. Like literally taking on a whole army by yourself with nothing but a spear and shield. Like that kind of shit. And that
I got something for that.
And that is that feeling that you need.
Yes.
And that's what's going to drive you.
That same feeling you're talking about, literally the first week I started working out. Yeah. I'm sitting there on the elliptical, whole hour, maximum resistance, just running. And in my head, I just picture myself just a warrior, a fighter, just being able to conquer all odds. And just, it just fucking gave me that energy just to keep
Now, what are we really? We're doughy white dudes. We're doughy.
Yeah.
But you talk to anybody who's successful, and they have very similar thoughts going through their head. You find words, you find meaning that makes you feel that euphoric rush, that makes you want to achieve more, that makes you... And a lot of it is found in death, yeah, I would say. A lot of...
Did you find that verse?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Isaiah 4:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
So it's a Christian Bible quote, but you don't have to be religious to take meaning from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Replace God with your passion, with what you love.
Yeah.
Your life force, your internal choo-choo train.
So do you know what was on coins before it was In God We Trust?
No.
It was E pluribus unum. It was just the motto of the United States, which just means out of many, one. It's not said enough anymore.
Out of many, we are one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just out of many, comma, one. Because it just means out of 50 states, which states is just countries. So we're technically, I mean, we're provinces, really. We're treated like provinces, but we're supposed to be 50 different countries coming together as one united state. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's the idea, right? Definitely doesn't seem that way right now. Seems like about 50 different countries.
All at each other's fucking necks.
If we all would just focus on getting a little bit healthier, maybe we could come together.
Yeah. If everyone get off the fucking social media app, accept YouTube, stay tuned on this podcast. Go subscribe to Grant's YouTube channel, Rivermouth Official. Find his Instagram at This Is Grant's page.
Pretty easy.
Other than that, stay off social media.
I don't really post much, so you don't have to follow me.
He'll be posting. Just wait. He'll get there.
But yeah.
We'll get there.
The thing is I kind of stay off of social media.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to have to get back onto it if I'm going to be promoting this shit, though.
I know.
It sucks.
It's going to be tough.
But it'll get easier. It'll get easier. Because there's already a lot of people that find this really interesting and cool. Like, people tell me all the time what I do with my life is very cool and interesting. But when I go to invite people to come out and enjoy with me, no one comes. And it upsets me. It's like, I mean, because I want them to experience what I'm experiencing. But at the same time, it's like you miss out.
And this kind of goes back to the beginning of our first topic a little bit. Like, a lot of people would rather just live with the comfortability of what they already know.
Hayden brought up a good point about that. Yeah. People are just too comfortable being comfortable.
Yeah.
And it goes for, like, friend groups. Like, everyone has their friend group now.
Yeah.
No one expands. I would hit up other people and be like, hey, we never hang out. Would it be cool to hang out sometimes? Like, oh, yeah, definitely. So I know the opportunities out there to hang out with other people.
Yeah.
But it's just no one ever gives the initiative anymore. Routine, the normalcy, it's no longer I have to go out of my way to go do it because I have this routine. I have my friends that are close to me, and I got things to do.
Yeah. I change up my routine a lot. So sometimes I change up my routine, and that takes people out of it.
Yeah.
I try not to do that as much as possible. When I do it, it is what it is. Don't take it personally.
Like you've been coming out here every Sunday. What did you used to do on
I probably won't
Sundays?
change this up. On Sundays, it's usually just chores, and like might go on a run, like a short workout, and then video games. Honestly, yeah.
Well, I hope this
is better. This is productive.
And it can be better.
Well, and I've just wanted to get back to music a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and this whole pandemic, I just feel like
It sucked the life out of everything.
it sucked the passion out of me.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching the world crumble.
Yeah.
And I just don't, it doesn't make you want to play a song, because the songs I would make from this, I don't want to play after this is all over.
No. It'll help you get through it, but after it's just like, why look back?
Yeah.
Sure. Some people will say it was a good time to learn and grow from. It's like, no, I don't want to fucking remember this time.
Yeah.
I just want to leave it there and continue on.
Yeah.
As the way it was.
I want to learn from it and grow from it.
Yeah.
And I think I have been doing an okay job of that.
Yeah.
But
I was able to stay productive though because
yeah.
My job was so small that I stayed at work full time.
I started moonshining.
Yeah.
I started
You know, when the world
brewing
goes-
mead. I'm not currently brewing anything, just because honestly I just finally got money back after that vacation. But
yeah.
I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll brew another batch. I don't know if
Just
I'll
wait till
brew
you get your
more.
own house.
Yeah, I think so.
You know.
I think I'll wait until I get like a whole. And the way I do it's not intrusive for my roommate.
Yeah.
Because the way I do it is it's actually quite a cool setup. I like it. But I just don't really want to focus on it at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it was a hobby for when I couldn't hang out with people.
Yeah. But now we can.
And now I can.
Now you can.
And yeah, and I'm not doing like private security, so I don't have weird long hours.
Yeah. I can't stand that. I have to
Yeah.
have my evenings off and weekends. Like, I'll work weekends. Me and Luke, hell, we've worked plenty of weekends, but
Yeah.
work's got to. The world doesn't work without work. So
Yeah, no, you
I'm gonna need to take a shit here soon.
take a shit here.